Am I the asshole? For not driving an hour to bring my brother a bottle of my pee for a drug test. My brother is a college athlete. A few days ago he found out that they were drug testing a few players on the team. And he was selected. He asked me if I could bring him a bottle of my pee because I'm the only person he knows that doesn't smoke weed or do any other drugs. And I'm the only person he could trust that wouldn't report him. My brother attends a university 1 hour away. And I didn't feel like driving 1 hour there and another back. I also had other things to do that day. And I knew he'd figure something out anyways. So I told him I couldn't bring it. He got mad at me. And said I'm a bad sister and I'm only thinking about myself. And I should have done is knowing his potential future career is at risk. He did end up figuring something out. But he's still mad at me and currently not speaking to me for not bringing it. Am I the asshole? Not the asshole, but I find the line about you ruining his potential career incredibly ridiculous. He's the one taking drugs. So he is the one putting his career at risk. Edited 'cause I suck at spelling. Not the asshole. His potential future career is at risk because he does drugs. Not because you are not willing to provide bodily fluids at short notice when you have your own things to do. He got mad at me. And said I'm a bad sister and I'm only thinking about myself. And I should have done is knowing his potential future career is at risk. About he consider not doing drugs if he knows he can get randomly drug tested? You know how adults approach this situation. Especially if his potential future career is so important to him. Not the asshole. He's only thinking about himself, seeing as he wants you to drive 2 hours round trip to deliver him. And out for his bad choices. He also is putting you at risk for fraud, too. Not the asshole. The only thing that put his career at risk here is him taking banned substances. If he is not willing to play by the rules, he doesn't deserve a career in sports. 1. Definitely not the asshole. It's his own fault for doing drugs. 2. Fairly certain it's illegal to try and use someone else's pee for a drug test. 3. I could be wrong, but I think they can tell gender from urine. So even if you did it for him, the test would show the urine came from a woman. So he would be in trouble regardless. Not the asshole. Tell your brother he is responsible for his own situation and 1. He is asking you to commit fraud, which could affect your future. 2. A 2-hour round trip is an unreasonable request. 3. Saying no doesn't make you a bad sister. Him getting mad makes him unreasonable. He's the in this situation. Let's just hope he's mad enough not to ask you to commit any more crimes. Not the asshole. He's an athlete. There's no surprise in been submitted to drug tests. Not only weed but also enhancing performance. If he's afraid to lose his future, he'll stop doing drugs. I, personally, would find very amusing if they test hormones too and tell him he's pregnant. Take this opportunity to consider if you think it's okay to help him commit fraude. Not the asshole. Not only is he jeopardizing his future, he is also messing with yours. That shit is highly illegal. Also, he chose someone of the wrong sex. If he valued his future and his studies, he should remain off the drugs. Not the asshole. This needs to be firmly discussed and put to bed now. Your brother is an adult. If he is concerned about his future career being derailed due to drug tests, he needs to stop taking drugs. That is it. 100. His responsibility. He is still acting like a child. Time to make him step up and be a grown-up. The only responsible for his future and his career is him. Not the asshole. He doesn't get to put his failures on you for not trying to help him get out of a problem that he put himself into. Not the asshole. His doing drugs is what is putting his potential career at risk. Not what you do or don't do for him. He is putting you in a precarious position. Not the asshole. He's the one taking banned substances. So he is the one jeopardizing his potential future career. Not to mention the fact that these tests can differentiate genders. So had you cooperated with him, he more than likely would have been red flagged anyway. Not the asshole. We did drug test and we never need someone to pee for use because we simply didn't take anything that was considered drugs. You either are an athlete and respect the rules or you aren't. Also, they wouldn't give us notice. We would have to pee the exact day. Not the asshole. This is completely on your brother. He can face the consequences of his own actions. Don't let him drag you into his own mess. Not the asshole. His problems aren't your responsibility. Learned that day one in college. Sounds like he is overdue in learning that. Not the asshole. He is the asshole for doing drugs when he's in a program that doesn't allow it. And for expecting anyone else to save him from his own idiocy. How is that not obvious to you? Not the asshole. Not your problem. He wants to do it knowing this could happen, then it's entirely on him. Not the asshole. He is responsible for himself. Not the asshole. He's the one who doesn't know how to follow the rules. Not the asshole. If he was so much in need, he should have come to you instead. And for telling you you are ruining his future career. He's the one doing it by taking drugs. Not the asshole. If he was all that concerned about his potential career, he'd take it more seriously and avoid the drugs. Not the asshole. You didn't do anything to risk his career. But your brother definitely did. He knew the rules and that he could lose his place on the team. But chose to ignore that, and now he's in trouble for it. Hopefully he'll learn some sense of accountability from this experience rather than blaming others for not bailing him out from his own mistakes. Not the asshole. Your brother wants you to not only commit fraud on his behalf, but also expects you to inconvenience yourself for his benefit. He knew the consequences of taking drugs, and he chose to take the gamble. It is only fair that he faces the consequences. Does your brother not realize they can tell gender from pee? He'd get caught straight away. Edit. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. I do not support or sponsor any drug usage. But there are many walk around to that situation that does not involve driving or using anyone else's urine. Also, tagging onto the warden demon reach. They definitely can tell the gender from an urine sample. Not the asshole. And no, they will find it wasn't his. A few years back, some I know got caught using his girlfriend's piss because it tested pregnant. Not the asshole. Your brother does realize that they can see if the pee is from a man or a woman, right? Don't let your brother blame you for his actions that have put his potential future career at risk. That's 100 on him. And asking you to be complicit in breaking the law actually puts your future at risk. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. I'd be tempted to phone the university and let them know this is occurring. It's probably not just your brother doing it. On one hand, it's none of your business. But on the other hand, he made it your business. Not the asshole. It's his own responsibility not to put his potential future career at risk. Not the asshole. Why didn't offer to pick it up then when it was so important for him? But it would have been a blast when the results came back and his trainer tells him you are clean. And congratulations. You are pregnant. Lol. Not the asshole. Don't let anyone talk you into being an accomplice to crimes. Not the asshole. You do it once and he'll probably expect you to do it again. Athletes have gotten caught sneaking in other pee samples, so there was no guarantee he would have gotten away with it anyways.